Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here, and we are going to learn how to make this beautiful dress with a one-sided flare. Though this is a flare dress, a triangular flare dress. We have different type of flares. This one is a triangular flare. Now this color combination is very weird, but let me try it out. When I wanted to make this tutorial, I couldn't find any color that could give me what I wanted. This is the only available fabric I saw in my office. And if you remember this red fabric, their accordion, I have used it before, but I want to use it again for the sake of this tutorial. And the funny thing is that I don't even wear all these clothes that I sew. So now I'm folding out a triangular flare. This tutorial is a freehand tutorial, no pattern drafting. Yeah, no pattern drafting this time around. So I'm going to fold this fabric. You can see the way I folded it like a triangle. Yes, make a triangular fold. Then divide your waist by 4 and find your waist. So this particular place is okay for me. My waist is 28 plus 1 inch. It is okay for me. And I make sure that my flare is not too much. You can see I did not fold that triangle to the end of the other side of the fabric. I just folded a little triangle. Then I will take out my half length. My half length is 16 inches. You will take out your half length and then get the full length. So I want the full length of this dress to be 45 inches because I'm managing this fabric. It is up to 50 inches, but I'm managing this particular fabric. This fabric is not up to 2 yards. The men crepe, it is not up to 2 yards. So I'm managing it. I made it 45 inches. So from that half length, I'm playing 16 inches for my half length, and I marked 45 inches round. Now I am going to cut out. Like I said, this is freehand, and I want it to be as quick and as fast as possible. The tutorial, I want the tutorial to be quick and fast. Then I'll go ahead and cut out. Yes, remember that I made a triangular flare. If you want to use a-line is okay, but giving it a little flare will make it look fuller. Now after cutting from the side of this flare at the full length, from the side of the flare, I'll come up by 3 inches, and then curve it from there so that it will not look so pointy at the side. So I came up by 3 inches and I curved the line and trimmed off. Now this is for the front block, the front of the skirt, like the skirt part of that gown. This is the front. You can see making it triangular flare will give it a little fullness instead of a line. Now I'll go ahead and fold for the back. This is the fabric remaining. You can see I don't even have much, and I'll go ahead and make another triangular flare, like just fold it in a triangular manner, and then I'll place the front on this. And the only thing I'm going to add is zipper allowance, because this dress has a zipper only in cases where you want the zipper to be at the side, but I want my zipper to be at the back. So I'll place the front block on it to get the back, and after that I will cut out. I'll add only 1 inch for zipper allowance. Yes, 1 inch for zipper allowance, since it does not have any lining. So make your folding very well and cut out your back block. So now this is the zipper allowance, 1 inch. I'll go ahead and mark it out and then close it for the back. Now this is for the top. This is the fabric we are using for the bodice, the top. So the top has a square neckline or rectangular neckline, anyone. So my bust point is 10, shoulder line, that is chest line, is 8, half length is 16, and then I added extra 2 inches for my half length, and I'll go ahead and connect these lines. My bust point is 10 inches, so 2 inches above that bust point is 8. So 2 inches above my bust point is my chest line. That is what I normally use. Once I get my bust point, from the bust point I'll go up by 2, and that will be my chest line. So I've also marked my half length and then the allowance line. This last line that I'm trimming now is the allowance line. The next thing is to mark out our shoulder. Our shoulder is 15, so I divided it by 2, and that is 7.5. and this is where I marked this particular line. Then from that particular shoulder line, you will connect it straight down to your chest line and then mark your armhole. After connecting my armhole, I'll take my bust measurement divided by 4. Then for the neckline, for the neck width, use 3.5 for the neck width. That is the wideness of the neck. Unfold 3.5. So I mark 3.5. Then the depth of the neckline, I'm going to make it 6.5 for the neck depth. 3.5 for the width, 6.5 for the depth. Now I'm going to connect this my square neckline. Then I'll also add 1 inch for my shoulder slope. This is freehand and it is faster and easier. Now I'll take my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch, waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch allowance, and I will connect. So I am using a side dart, and then my side dart is 2 inches. 2 inches below my bust point line. So from my bust point line, from the bust point line, you will come down by 2 inches. The reason why I use 2 inches is because the difference between my front and my back half length is 2. My front half length is 16, my back half length is 14, so it's 2 inches. That's why I used 2 inches. Then you get your nipple to nipple and connect the side dart to the nipple to nipple. You can see what I did there. From the center of the fabric, I got my nipple to nipple, that is 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then from these 2 inches that line, I connected it to that nipple to nipple line. That was how I got my side dart. So these 2 inches I use is not the same for everybody. You need to measure your front half length and your back half length. Then the difference between the two of them will be your side dart. Now this is our back pattern. This is the one that I will use for my back, and I'll first of all mark out 1.5 inch for my zipper allowance, and then I'll connect a straight line. This dress does not have a back dart, it only has a side dart, only that side dart at the front. That is the only thing I'm going to use. Then I also got my chest line. From the shoulder to the chest line is 8, shoulder to back half length is 14, and then extra 2 inches for seam allowance. I hope you understand. My front half length is 16, my back is 14. So I'll also go ahead and connect all the horizontal lines. For the shoulder, the width of the shoulder is 7.5. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. Then I'll go ahead and connect my armhole. Then for the back neckline is a round neckline. The width is going to be 3.5. Then the depth of the neckline will be 1.5. The depth of the neckline 1.5, the width 3.5. It is a round neckline at the back. Then after connecting the round neckline, I'll also add my 1 inch for shoulder slope at the back. Then I'll take my bust divided by 4. My bust is 36 divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance. Then my waist is 28 divided by 4 plus 1 inch seam allowance, and I'll go ahead and connect, and that is all for the back measurements. Then I'll go ahead and cut out. Now I am done cutting out, and this is the accordion fabric that we use for my sleeve. I'll fold it twice. I've used this fabric for a skirt before, so that skirt has a line shape. So I folded it into 2, and then I'll cut out the 2 sleeve ones. The full length of my sleeve is 27, and then I gave my sleeve the armhole curve. Then the sleeve is going to be free. You can see the sleeve is just free. Yes, it is going to be free, or you can give it a little A-line shape for the sleeve. And the length of the sleeve is 27 inches. It has to be really long. Then you will curve the side of that sleeve. So if I separate this fabric, you can see that I have 2 sleeves there. Yes, I have 2 sleeves. This one is for one side. It has an A shape, A-line shape. Then the other one also has an A shape. Okay, so that is it for my sleeve. Now back to the skirt. I'll go to my sewing machine and close the zip allowance. First of all, use a loose stitch to your hip, and then use a tie stitch to the full length. Then I'll cut out the facing for the back neckline. The back neckline, I'll cut out the facing. Because I'm making this dress with free hand, I will not cut out the front facing. When I'm done cutting my skirt, when I'm done trimming my skirt, I will use the pieces for my front facing so that I will not waste too much fabric. That's how I manage it. It's even better for you to wait till you are done trimming out your skirt. Then you will use the pieces to cut out your facing in order to manage fabric. All right, so that you will not waste so much fabric. Now I'll go ahead and place my facing on my back neckline, and I will go ahead and turn the back neckline and keep it aside. Now this is the back of the skirt. I'm done closing the zip allowance. Please ignore the water, the iron caused it. Now I'll place the front skirt on this back. This is the back of the skirt, and I've closed it. I've closed the zip allowance. This is the front of the skirt. Place the two of them together. Get your waist measurements, and then shape this skirt, this flare skirt. After shaping the skirt, you will go ahead and iron. So take your waist measurements and then go ahead and shape the skirt. You can use 1 inch allowance to shape it down, or after getting your waist, you can now use 1/2 inch to shape it straight down. Now we are done shaping the skirt and we are done ironing. Spread it like this on your table. Just spread it like this, the way I did. Then from the waist of this skirt, you will come down by 2 inches, 2 inches, and then this curve will stay away from your center skirt. This is the center line of the skirt. From the center line of the skirt, you will go in by 6 inches, and that is where the line will stop at. This line will not reach your center. So come down by 2 inches at the side and curve it. And this is at the left hand side of this skirt. This is where we are going to replace with that pleated fabric. Okay, this is freehand method. So come down by 2 inches from your waistline at the left hand side of that skirt, and then from the center line of the full length of the skirt, come in by 6 inches, and that is where it will stop at. Now fold this pleated fabric like this, or your accordion fabric. Fold it and then bring back that pieces you cut off before and place on it. Bring the pieces and place on it, and then you add 1 inch or 1/2 inch allowance around it, and you will cut to the full length. Then you also add 1/2 inch allowance at the hemline of that. So now we are going to notch the center, and we are going to like gather it a little at the top. Notch the center first of all, and then you will replace it. That place you took out that fabric from, you replace it with this one. Remember that the side of this pleated fabric is on fold. I'm going to pin it to where I notched and then join. So it is advisable it's advisable for you to pin it down before you sew. So notch first of all, and then this notched part will be at the side seam of that skirt. Then from there, you are going to pin it down to the full length. You pin it down to the full length, and then you use 1/2 inch to join. So now that the skirt is going on, the pieces that we removed from that skirt, I will use it to cut out my front facing. If you have not cut your back facing, you can use it to cut your back facing to avoid wasting too much fabric. All right, so now I'm going to cut this out. If you want to use pattern drafting, it is okay, but this one is just to manage fabric. This is the facing. I'll go ahead and turn the front with the facing, and I'll also add my side dart. Just turn the square neckline, notch it, and top stitch. So this is the skirt. We are done replacing that crepe with a new fabric, pleated fabric. You can see what we have there, and it is really looking fine. The color combination is coming together at the end of the day. It was looking really weird when I started. So now that we are done, we'll keep the skirt aside. This is for the top. I'm done turning the back with a facing, and the front also. I'm done turning the front with facing. Please ignore the join. I was trying to manage this fabric for this tutorial. Now this is the front. I'm also done turning the front with the facing, and I've added my side dart. The next thing that I'm going to do now is to place my front piece and my back piece together and take my body measurement. Now this is the sleeve. We are done shaping the sleeve also. The sleeves are ready. This is the right and the left sleeve. You are going to keep it aside. Now back to the upper bodice of this gown. This one is the front and this is the back. You close zip allowance of this back and then place the front on it and take your body measurement. So after shaping, I'll come back and show you guys. Now we are done shaping this top. We are done closing the sides. I will trim my armhole so that it will be equal, and the full length, the half length too. If there's any need for you to trim the half length, you can trim it. Now we are going to attach our sleeve. This is the sleeve. The dress is coming together, and attach the other sleeve. This is the other sleeve, and then you get the skirt part of this gown. And once you attach it, the gown is complete. You can see how everything blended. This color is really funny. Please tell me what you think about the color in the comment section. Now we are going to close the half length, then open our zipper allowance. And once we are done closing the half length, the only thing remaining here will be the zipper allowance. Now we are done closing the half length. We are done. This is our sleeve. We are done joining the sleeve too. So this is the zipper allowance. We are going to attach our zipper at the back. Just go ahead and attach your zipper, and at the end of the day, this is what we have. I hope the tutorial is helpful, and registration for our online classes is ongoing. If you want to register for any of the online classes, just drop a message in the comment section. We have about 17 online classes, yes, and our bridal class is starting today.